Prime Minister Narendra Modi sanctioned ex gratia amount of rupees 2 lakh each for the next of the kin of persons who lost their lives due to the devastating floods in Assam. The fund will be given to Assam flood victims from the Prime Minister National Relief Fund. Earlier in the day, Prime Minister spoke to Assam Chief Minister Sonowal and reviewed the current situation after the heavy rains and resultant floods. He also assured him of all the central assistance. Meanwhile, in Assam, 20 districts of the state are still affected by floods. The situation, though, is showing some signs of improvement. However, water level at some places is still above danger level mark. Now, according to the floods bulletin released by Assam State Disaster Management Authority on Friday, 20 districts of the state are reeling under flood water, with 13.26 lakh population affected. With one person losing life within 24 hours, the death toll this flood season has reached 35. Altogether, 156 relief camps and distribution centers are functional, housing 11,741 inmates. Relief and rescue operations by SDRF and NDRF personnel have resulted in evacuation of 1,189 marooned people so far. World-famous Kaziranga National Park is still under water. Union Home Minister Amit Shah held a high-level meeting in New Delhi on Friday to review the preparedness of measures to deal with monsoon and flood situation in major flood-prone river basins in the country. The Home Minister directed officials to develop a well-planned scheme to reduce flooding and minimize the loss to property and lives. The Home Minister also emphasized on better coordination between agencies to have permanent system for forecasting of floods and rise in water levels in major catchment zones or areas of the country. He also asked for action on following up on priority areas to provide permanent solutions to the perennial flood problems in the states of Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and also the northeastern states. The Home Minister also directed Ministry of Jal Shakti and Central Water Commission to review and assess the data on real storage capacity of major dams with a view to ensure timely releases of water and prevention of floods. The DGCA, that is Directorate General of Civil Aviation, has extended the suspension of all scheduled international commercial passenger flight services in the country till 31st of July. It has said that the restriction shall not apply to international all cargo operations and specially approved flights. DGCA has said that international scheduled flights may be allowed on selected routes by the competent authority on case-to-case basis. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, Ministry of Human Resource Development has decided to postpone JEE and NEET examinations. JEE main examination will be held between 1st to 6th of September. JEE advanced examination will be held on 27th of September. NEET examination will be held on 13th of September. The country's first interplanetary mission, Mangalyaaan's payload Mars Color Camera, has captured the closest and largest moon of Mars. Mars Orbiter mission took this photograph on 1st of July when it was passing the planet at a distance of 7,200 kilometers from the surface of Mars. The distance from Phobos to Mangalyaan was 4,200 kilometers. Mars has two satellites. The inner satellite is the largest among them, named Phobos, and the second satellite is named Deimos. Both satellites were discovered in 1877. Mangalyaan has captured pictures of Phobos only, and it is to be noted that Mangalyaan will complete 6 years on 24th September. Although the Indian Space Research Organization sent the cheapest mission of the world for only 6 months, but the mission is still active. The Indian Council of Medical Research, meanwhile, has said that it aims to launch the coronavirus vaccine being developed in partnership with Hyderabad-based Bharat Biotech for public health use by August 15. The COVID-19 vaccine candidate Covaxin, developed by Hyderabad-based Bharat Biotech in collaboration with the ICMR and the National Institute of Virology, had recently got the nod for human clinical trials from the DCGI. A potential COVID-19 vaccine indigenously developed by Ahmedabad-based Zydus Cadila Healthcare Limited has got the nod from the Drugs Controller General of India for human clinical trials. The approval process was fast-tracked following recommendations by the Subject Expert Committee on COVID-19, considering the emergency and unmet medical needs during the pandemic. As swaths of Brazil struggle to tame the new infections of COVID-19, President Jair Bolsonaro has vetoed parts of a law that would have made wearing a face mask obligatory in enclosed spaces where large groups gather. Bolsonaro's veto comes as Brazil nears 1.5 million confirmed coronavirus cases so far. The virus continues to ravage Latin America's largest country, even as cities reopen the bars, restaurants and gyms, sparking fears of the infections that will keep rising. Brazil has the world's second largest outbreak after the United States, and the virus has killed over 61,000 people in the country. Meanwhile, Sao Paulo, Brazil's largest and worst hit city, is expected to open bars and restaurants next week. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has said that he would set out a timetable next week for when the sectors of country's economy would be allowed to reopen from their coronavirus lockdowns. Britain allowed non-essential retailers to reopen last month, and pubs, restaurants, cinemas and other leisure and hospitality businesses are due to open their doors again today, as long as they follow social distancing rules. Britain has recorded over 2.85 lakh confirmed cases and over 44,000 deaths.